Hello, beautiful strangers, and welcome back to another episode of Myth. When last we left off, we made plans for a date with Yuri. Sorry, I'm kind of. I had to think for a second. I recorded, quote unquote, recorded for about 10 minutes or so. I paused the recording because I needed to adjust my mic slightly because I kept bumping it. Because I'm kind of. Yeah, my shoulders hurt, and I'm kind of slouching a little bit more than normal because I fucking hurt my shoulders like an idiot. And I noticed whenever I was adjusting it that it didn't pause the recording. There was no recording, and I went to check. I didn't fucking record. I sit here reading for 10 minutes and not recording anything. Fucking, I hate myself. And I suck. Well, at least you don't have to listen to me bitch for about FedEx and how much I fucking hate FedEx for about a minute and a half, something like that. But the TLDR is I hate FedEx, and I will intend to never use FedEx again because they are inconsistent and are the most consistently bad and fucked up shipping thing. There you go, TLDR. But fuck. Record this again. Anyway, let's get back into it, shall we? I chose philosophy as a means of staving off boredom. Whether I was lying in bed, reading a book, or eating a meal, I tried to be thinking of something at all times. When I did, I inexplicably came to find that mindlessly lying in bed wasn't as meaningless as I had thought. Even when you do nothing, you are doing something. For example, when you sleep so much that you stop sleeping, you're merely lying with your eyes closed. You're still living. That's a way to think about it. Considering things simply from the broad categories of being alive and being dead, my life here wasn't much different from my life in the office. In which case, why did I go to the office? Why not spend the whole day asleep? Trying to determine the reasons for things rather than the taking them as given was an optimal way to kill time. Another interesting experiment was to consider what the defined difference between art and trash, or brilliance and madness. The differences are reception, situational luck, and technology, I think. When my words followed my thoughts, I finally noticed someone was there. Picasso is a prime example. With no knowledge of his reputation, his paintings look little more than scribbles, but they're highly praised. I'm sorry, but what is this about? Uni-chan seemed unhappy with the interruption. Never mind. Sorry, I haven't called, boss. Kamuri came to visit in the afternoon. How are you feeling? I'll be fully recovered in 2 or 3 weeks. I haven't been too worried, have you? Kamuri gave me a peerless smile in return. When I heard you were stabbed, of course I was worried. I called him to say how it was going the day after the incident anyway, but worrying is in Kamuri's nature. So how are things at the office? All as you ordered. I'm taking care of the simple matters. We haven't gotten any big jobs, as you could guess. The news of my stabbing seemed to be fairly widely publicized. Being connected to the police does make information spread like nothing else. I hoped I wouldn't lose too much trust after this incident, though. I'm not just here to visit today. I have a special report ahead of even the newspapers. I asked what it was. There hadn't been any news that particularly stood out lately, so I was curious. Your stabber was captured, apparently. I think they'll be announcing it to the media tomorrow morning. There was a prickling pain in my chest. So they got Yukihime? Good. It's good, yes. I whispered as though I was trying to convince myself. She was an attempted murderer, but she'd been a friend. A pretty good friend, that. I'll be off now, then. I was actually on the way somewhere, so I can't stay too long. After telling me to look after myself, Kamuri rushed out. Hiro-san? You Yuni-chan returned with a look of concern on her face. That's one of the big complaints I have about the NVL scenes in this, because I like them otherwise. I hate the fact that it doesn't have the name of the speaker next to it. Most games that I've had, and I actually prefer NVL over ADV for visual novels mostly. I dislike the fact that this doesn't have the names next to it, and most NVL scenes I've read do. Even ones that just have like short NVL scenes and whatnot. Most of the ones, at least that I can think of, have the name of the speaker next to it. And I really don't like that it doesn't. Anyway, let's ignore that, I guess, and just try to do our best. She had left while Komurti was here to avoid interrupting us. What's wrong? You look a bit pale. My assistant came to tell me that the woman who stabbed me was arrested. Really? All of Yuni-chan's worry melted away. Now she was smiling like it was someone's birthday party. That's great. I'm sure Uncle worked really hard to make that happen. Yes. Looking at her smile forced me to smile myself. I'll tell the doctor. I'll be happy to hear this. Yuni-chan ran off. No running in the hospital. She probably didn't hear me. I silently closed my eyes. It was an attempt to restrain the complicated emotions I was feeling. In any case, this was a good thing. Yukihime committed a crime, so she should receive the proper punishment. Regardless of how much of a ditz she was, regardless of how she wouldn't even hurt a fly before. Hold on. 2016, by the way. That night, the doctor came for my checkup and congratulated me as such. Thank you. I responded without clearing up the misunderstanding about Yuni-chan. It wasn't a particularly problematic mistake anyway. Hope this means more good things to come and you can get out of the hospital soon. The doctor grinned. Myth Day 9. The mystery behind Mother Ichi. And I think I'm going to take a drink before going any further. I felt a blow against the back of my head. So annoying. Kiki... No. Kiki couldn't be in Shimon's house. It had to be so. That damn geezer. What the hell's he thinking? Geezer? The chief? Don't hit people during a meal. Riri-san. Don't hit people. The girl from yesterday was there too. But they piss me off. Would you normally go that far to punish the child of an adult who committed a crime? I don't think the chief has said it was necessarily wrong either. So gross. Meito, what do you think? Me? Speak up, ain't you got any balls? She hit my head again. So, she was as violent as the notebook described her. Balls. Meito-san. Riri-san poked my shoulder. She was trying to tell me something. There must have been a sign for something. I wasn't sure what, though. Anyway, it's time for dinner. Can't fight on an empty stomach. Getting mad will use up your energy, too. Let's eat. Let's eat. Eat. The grasslands at night were bathed under the unnaturally strong moonlight. The scene had abruptly changed. Is that so? Riri-san was beside me. Riri-san. Why didn't you say anything? She seemed a little mad. Why? I know you're just looking out for her, but I wish you would have told myself and So-san. I'm sorry. I had no idea what she was talking about. Did Shimon-san know? I see. I can imagine as much. So there was no reason for me to even try to keep up with talking to her. But why would Shimon-san? She was just a character, after all. Why did she smile then? Usually you'd think. What do you mean? To protect the village? I wanted to get a feel for the plot's progression. Well, I tried to keep up, but that proved to be too challenging given how fragmented the conversation was. Was this merely just a pointless dream? Riri-san, you came here from circa year 200 Aguni. In that case, can you hear me? Even if this dream in itself was pointless, perhaps I could create my own meaning. That's too much. Riri-san, I called out to her. That was the least I could do, because I knew that if something happened to me, she would do something herself. There was no harm in trying to signal to her. Riri-san, please listen to me. I'm going to switch places with this world's Meto Tanabe tomorrow. I'll explain then. Anyway, I just need you to keep that in mind. It would appear that the gate holds the key to us escaping from myth. What will you do, Meto-san? Something will change tomorrow. Just please, keep that in mind. I didn't know much about Riri-san, but I knew, at the very least, that she possessed a strong will. About Uni-chan. Uni. I was curious about what she just said. She couldn't have said that of her own will, meaning it was something she said as a character. Uni. Uni-ichi. Odin. Did she exist within the main plot as well? The truth is, Riri-san hesitated. She was clearly about to say something that was important. Uni-chan is the one who stole the whistle. I saw her with the whistle the night before the chief came. The whistle? You mean this? The old whistle was in my pocket. I took it out. Was this what Riri-san was talking about? And it means that Uni from this world is Uni from my world. Is that whistle really that important to her? It must be. I couldn't imagine her stealing it otherwise. Damn it, this isn't working. Hey? Shinjuku. I rid away from the front of the station. I recognized where I was. Hey, are you okay? Yeah. The span of time was disrupted in those dreams. That was something I could easily tell when I was in this world. 7 p.m. What do you mean it's too late? It was too late for me to go to school. School should be fucking closed. It's almost 7:30. Like, almost 7:30 p.m. What the fuck are you... Oh, whatever. But it was definitely still morning for me. What? Is there something wrong with this CG? 1925 is 7:25. Whatever. That's a night picture. Nightscape. Haha. Well, that's okay. I'm fucking confused. I do recognize the kana in the background. Or right kana. I know it's kana. I don't remember what the kana is. I'm fucking... God, I suck. I'll do what I have with it. I would do what I have to within this limited amount of time. First up, my heart raced the more I tried to think calmly. The key to tomorrow that Valkyrie showed me. Yeah, Jan. That was something I could never actually imagine doing under normal circumstances. But I had no choice now. I had to search for him. I couldn't take my eyes off that knife. It was far longer than a common kitchen knife. It must have been used for cooking unusual dishes. This was the most dangerous weapon I could think of that I could easily obtain in this peaceful world. Excuse me. Welcome. Tomorrow, I'd use this to kill myself. Of course, I was scared, but I had to overcome that fear. But I wasn't doing this of my own will, nor was this an act of conditioning for anything. I was just obligated to do it. I would kill myself. I had to. You know, the last time I said something like that in a video, which I think was DDLC, the video got flagged as 18 plus and I got a warning from YouTube. Well, not exactly a warning, but something kind of, they were not happy about it. And they, made the video 18 plus and emailed me stuff. Anyway, the Devon knife in the plastic bag felt like it was getting heavier as time passed. Like it was some sort of sponge sucking up water. Yeah, I keep yawning. A number of different scenes passed through my mind with every step, with every motion. A page in a war comic. Riri-san, the day before yesterday. Final moments. Stop. Don't think. I decided that I was going to trust Valkyrie. I was in front of the station again. By the time I bought my ticket, I'd stopped trembling. That wasn't out of resolution or determination, though it was just because I was thinking about what I had to do next. Put simply, I was beginning to forget about it. That was the most efficient course of action for me, though. Once this day reached its end, the day Valkyrie claimed I'd switch with Meto Tanabe would inevitably arrive. Given the confines within the plot isn't particularly strong in this world, I could get by without doing anything at all. I couldn't do that, though. I wanted to do everything I could before tomorrow. Dad. Meto, what's up? It's late. Where does your employee Ichi-san live again? Huh? The apartment building she lived in seemed new, though it looked dirty on the outside. Shibamiki Residential Complex. This was where Ryoko Ichi lived, apparently. I checked the nameplate. Ichi. This had to be it. Who is it? I vaguely recognized the voice coming from the door. Ryoko Ichi. She was holding a baby. She looked very similar to Riri-san. No, near identical. Her face and even the clothes she was wearing were just like Riri-san's. Meto-kun? Let me brew some tea. Ryoko invited me in without hesitating. He seemed to have just returned from shopping, or at least that was the impression I got from the bags strewn about. Sorry for the wait. She handed me some Darjeeling tea. Thanks. I took the cup and wet my lips with the tea. You surprised me. I wouldn't expect you to just show up without calling first. She smiled. What's up? I get it. Have you come to kidnap Uni again? I didn't have time to joke with her, though. I got right to the point. Have you spoken with Uni's father at all? Huh? No, I still can't get a hold of him. My calls never go through to a cell phone. I see. I sipped on the Darjeeling tea again. Did you come here just to ask me that? No. I know where Yuni's father is. Huh? She seemed half convinced that I was telling the truth. I continued without delay. He's very far away. A place that I think you've been to before. Where? The world of shadows. Huh? You can't remember anything at all? Oh, wait a moment. I'm not really sure what you mean. Please remember. Riri-san. Sign. Movement 10. Rest 3. December 24th, 2016. Was that 10 p.m.? No, that is 8 p.m. 8:30 almost. But I know it's very slightly short, but it's over the 20-minute mark. So I think I'm going to end this episode here. Mostly because, well, not mostly, but partially because the fucking spending an extra 10 minutes or so recording and not actually recording, whatever. I'll stop now. Yeah, next time. Well, maybe the meeting with not Riri, but was it Ryoko Ichi? We'll continue. Maybe. But yeah, maybe we'll get more information on what's going on with Yuri's attempted murderer in the Yukihime. That could be fun. And well, I hope to see you all there.